Now, when we start, you can say the Selenium thing. Now, let's take up some of the questions, if they which are from the, you can say, most of the person, like how much time, and this is a question from you as well, that how much time it will take to learn Selenium. Okay, now you can learn Selenium in 3 to 4 weeks maximum,
Hmm.
but to learn it professionally, you need required to have practice, and it requires around 6 to 8 weeks of time. Okay? But it requires thoroughly practice. I'm not meaning that you can take the class from me, and if you are not practicing it, then you will not get it. But if you are practicing and you are going parallel with me, okay, the thing is that what we have done on the first class has to be remembered on the third class as well as on the fifth class as well,
Hmm.
because you
Okay.
cannot, you can say, uh, leave behind the topics, and and you are thinking that you will learn in that way. This will not happen. So you have to remember the topics which we are going to do in the first class. Okay, so that will be only done by the way of practice. The more you practice, the more you will gain.
Hmm.
Okay, now the second question is, do I need to know programming?
Hmm.
Yes, you need to know the basics of programming. Okay, you don't need that you have to do the full-fledged coding. No, but you need to know the basics of programming. Sometimes what the tutors say that you need 20% of programming. I'm not going in the percentage, but you need to know that much of programming, that so that you can clear the interviews. Okay,
Okay.
the thing is that everybody will want the cream.
Hmm.
They will not, you can say, everybody will want the cream. So you have to be at that level so that you will be considered as a cream. For that, you have to clear your basics in programming. Okay. So the next question is, should I learn Selenium with Java or Python? Now, in your case, it is Java. Why Java is better? Because the old projects are in the Java only. Because Python is a new language. That's the
Hmm.
thing, that the new projects are going to be in Python, but the old projects, the old companies, the bigger companies are still working on Java. And Java is a very old language, so Java will be there in the future as well. So yeah, Selenium with Java is a better option. Okay. So how do I learn Selenium? What are the components to learn? Now components like TestNG, Maven, Docker. So you need learn these components. Now, how do I learn Selenium? It is only depend on your practice.
Hmm.
It's a simple concept. If you know the concept, you can apply in every project. There is not a thing that Selenium will work different in different projects. No, it will work same in all the projects. You just have to learn the, you can say, concept, and how to, you can say, apply that concept. You have to learn that, and that's the thing that you will only attain by practice. I'm repeating, practice, because the more you practice today will give you result tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, the more you practice, the more you will gain. Okay. Now, do you teach any real-time projects? Yes. Basically, a framework is a project, or you can say project is a framework. We will do one framework in the coming classes when you are comfortable in the coding.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I have asked you in the first class as well, and I'm again repeating that what is an IDE?
Hmm.
So, can you tell me what is IDE?
Integrated development environment.
So, what for how we are going to use it?
Like in like we the it provides like the tool we will use like Eclipse, IntelliJ, which
Hmm.
provides us environment to do the coding, to do
Yes.
all the scripting part.
Yes. integrated development environment. It's basically a software which will help us to do the coding part. And if you see, you have, I think so, you have downloaded it, and I think so, it is more than ready to you to work on.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, you're going with Eclipse. Okay, just a minute. Okay, now I will just run my Eclipse. It's the latest one I have installed it. Okay, now just launch it. Okay, okay. Now here I have done some coding. So now if I want to go for the, you can say, new project, how will I do that? Go to File,
Good.
go to
Yeah.
your New,
New.
then don't go for the project, go for the other option.
Other. Yes.
Okay, and inside this we have that is Java. When I click on this Java and then Java project and click on next. Now project name, my first project. Okay, then next. Okay, and then we will go to finish. Okay, no. Okay, okay. Now this is my first Java project.
Mm.
I think so. We have done with the my first project, right? Okay. Now, sometime what happens, you have when you do new, you can say go for the new project. There is a file name which is known as info.java. I'm again repeating. This is a very good part or a very important part. There is a file name inside this folder sometimes, and it says info.java.
Mm.
So what you have to do, you have to delete that module or delete that particular file, then close your Eclipse and restart it again.
Okay, when we create a project, then sometime it can be there, and we have to
Yeah,
delete and
yeah,
restart the.
yeah. It's in the source folder. Their file
Mm.
name is known as info.java.
Java. Mm.
Okay, so what you have to do, delete that module or you can say file and restart your Eclipse.
Mm.
Okay, now when I want to create a new class, then I have to say this is, yeah, my first project. Right click on source folder,
Mm.
go to your uh, new, then there is option as class. Okay, and when you go for the class, always click on this checkbox. Right now, just remember to click on this checkbox.
Mm.
Okay, and name your class as my first file. Okay, then click on finish. Now, when you click on finish, you will see something like this.
Mm.
Okay. Now, this is the thing we are going to. Okay.
And one more part you have told me,
Mm-hmm.
like when we create a new project, we have to select from other, because sometimes some classes or some
Yeah, yeah, we
yes,
will
right.
go. That's why I will say go for the file new. Don't
Mm.
go
And
for the project here. You
select.
have to go
Yes.
with the other. And here you will just select Java and then
Mm.
say Java project.
Okay.
It will
Mm.
create, it will take all the necessary files. Now, this is the thing you are seeing. Now, sometimes what happens, you think that this is very small in font size or something. You want to change the things. So,
Mm.
what can you do? Go to your window,
No.
then
Preference.
go to your preferences.
Mm.
Okay, and say in general option, and then say appearance, and there are colors and font. Okay, then I think so. Yeah, in the basic, it is like this.
Hmm.
Click on this basic. Then there is an option known as text font.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, after the selection, this click on edit. Now you will see here. You can go with the bold. Okay, and you can change the font as well. Okay. Right now
Hmm.
I'm not going to change it. I'll just say OK, apply and close. Now you see
Hmm.
the size got bigger, and and the font is also in the bold size. Okay. Now this is my class. Now what do you mean by scope of this class?
Scope of the class, these curly brackets, like whatever the code will run, whatever we want to run our code, it should be in this curly brackets.
Yes, the scope of is this class is inside this curly bracket. When I say the scope of this function, it is inside this bracket only.
Hmm.
This function will not have any access outside these brackets. Okay, so
Hmm.
the scope of this function is only to this brackets. Okay, now name of the class has to be same as the name of the file. Okay,
Hmm.
you cannot do like this only. It will give you an error.
Okay.
Okay, so name of the class has to be the same as the name of the file. Okay, now simplest thing when we start the object, say S Y S O, then you have to press control, left control plus space. So it will come out automatically. I don't have to do anything. And it says print ln.
Hmm.
Okay, now there are two things. Say study Selenium with Java. And there is one more thing. I say so yes. So okay. Now here mm, practicing Java basics. Okay. Now and I will add one more thing SYS O and say testing. Okay. Now what is the difference between print ln and print?
So print ln take a whole line and print will
Mm,
not take a whole line.
yes,
For
if I
example,
just
if we run this thing, so
mm-hmm,
in first line studies, Selenium with Java will print. In
mm-hmm,
second, both together, I'm practicing Java basics and
yeah. Just
testing.
yeah. Now if I run this, run by this, clicking on this sign. Now if you
Hmm.
see with Java, then
Hmm.
practicing Java basics and the testing is in the same line.
Hmm.
So print will not take the whole line. It will just take that space only, as this is taken this space only.
Hmm.
Okay, and the next thing testing will come just after the basics keyword.
Yes.
Okay. Now sometimes suppose if I have say new class. Okay, I will say my second file. Okay, then again there is a say new class. Again say my third file. Okay, finish it. Okay, again there is one more file I will add. Say new in the class and say my fourth file. Okay, now sometimes what happens now, if you see that there are files known as my first file, my second file, something like this. Okay, now what happens sometimes there are 10 files, there are 100 files. Now, at which file you are, you are unable to do that. Now, if I say here, my third file, I'm not highlighting anything here. Yeah. Now, this is the option. This is known as link with editor. The thing
Hmm.
which I'm going to tell you is very small things, but very important things. Okay. Now it says link, just click on this. So
Hmm.
whatever the file I'm going to do, it will highlight that particular file. My third file, my second file. So it will be highlighted that file automatically.
Hmm.
Okay. So this says link with editor. Okay. Now suppose if I open this file where, yeah, show in open, suppose if I go with here, uh, show in, yeah, system explorer. Okay. Now there is a folder name as bin.
Hmm.
Now if I go inside this file, now you see this is known as class file. Now if I open it with the help of anything, suppose I will go with edit with notepad plus plus. Okay. Now if you see, this is how your file looks like. You cannot edit this.
Hmm.
Why? Because this is a platform independent file.
Hmm.
Okay. You will just go to your Linux, open your project, and it will, you can start editing your project there. You don't have to do anything. These files are platform independent files.
Hmm.
It can work on in any operating system, whether it is Linux, whether it is Mac, whether it is Windows. These are, you can say, platform independent files.
Hmm.
Okay. Now
Okay.
you don't run script in Eclipse when you are a hardcore tester. You use Unix shell, deploy class file using Maven. Okay, so I just want to know that this is your platform independent files. You cannot edit these files.
Hmm.
Sometimes I 2 out of 10 times it may be asked in the interviews that the this thing is platform independent or not. Yeah, the answer is yes. So yeah, he or she can ask you that where is that files where is in the platform independent file. So you have to tell, you have, it is present in the bin folder.
Hmm.
Okay, it's present inside the bin folder. It's a platform independent file.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now here if I say, now you know data types. So what are the data types in Java?
Data types like int, double, float, character, string.
Yes, I say int, say short, say byte, say
Long,
long, say double, say bool.
boolean.
Okay, then there is char. Okay, and there is string as well. Okay, so
Hmm.
these all are data types. Okay, now I know the integer is one of the data types. Now if I say int, say y equal to 300,
Hmm.
what does this mean?
It means like the 300 value is assigned to the y character who is a integer type.
When I say,
Space
suppose I'm not giving anything, I will say 300. What does this mean?
300 is a value which
When I say something, suppose I will write as 300 or 300 in the inverted commas, or you can say in the string. So what does this mean? So when I say something like this, now if you see, suppose This is your memory space.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, when I say 300, that 300 has been given a space in your memory location. Suppose this is a space where your 300 is lying.
So it
Okay.
means for the whole memory space, 300 has taken this space,
Yeah,
like the.
taken has this 300 has taken this space. Now, where there is memory space, how can I know that?
Hmm.
By the means of this int y.
Hmm.
That can say y is representing that particular
300 space.
memory space.
Okay.
Okay, the int that is int y equal to 3 means that 300 has taken some memory space in my memory, and y is representing that memory space.
Hmm. 300 is taking some space and y is
Is
representing that space.
yes, y is representing that particular memory location. Whether it is z, then z is representing that particular memory location. Because without representation, we will not know that where that 300 is lying. So
Okay.
y is representing that particular memory space.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, say the next is concatenation operator. So what is concatenation operator?
Concatenation operator is merging two different values.
Okay. So suppose this is a, then say int b equal to 400, then say int x equal to selenium, and say int y equal to training. Okay. Now, if I say, sorry, I say console, sorry, if I yes, so, and say 300 plus 400. Now, 400 will act as a concatenation operator. Okay.
And in
And
index Selenium, I think we have to change that string into right variable type
oh,
string.
sorry, sorry, my bad, my bad,
Mhm.
my bad, my bad.
String.
Mm, uh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
Now, so plus will act as a concatenation operator. Now, if
Hmm.
I say simple thing and say was a plus b and say x plus y.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, if I run this now, 700 Selenium
Hmm.
training. Okay. So they will simply add because both are integers.
Hmm.
So they will simply add together.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, if I say uh,
A plus b
say,
plus x plus y.
now what will be the result?
Equal a plus b 700. First, the first line it will print 700
Uh-huh.
Selenium training, and in second line Selenium plus Selenium training plus plus Selenium Training, Selenium Training 300, Selenium Training 700, I think.
Okay. So you are saying, we just say A plus B and you can say 700, then
Ah,
selenium
Selenium Training.
training. Okay.
Hmm.
And on the second option, you are saying that selenium
Selenium Training.
training 700.
Mm, but in second, I'm doubt whether it will take 300, 400 individually or it will plus.
Okay. Let's run this. See
300, 400.
why?
Yes, because
Now,
we have to do the brackets if we want to add in second. First line is fine, like A is taken as 300 and 400 is taken individual, but it will sum. That's why 700 is coming,
yeah,
right?
when I say A plus B, both are the data types of both are integer. So integer plus integer is equal to integer. Okay,
Hmm.
now 700 is there because coding is always start from left to right. Okay, now
Hmm.
we have done 700. Now 700 plus x. Now what is x? The 700
String.
is integer, but x is the string. Now when integer wants to add with string, then both will act as a string.
Hmm.
Okay, so 700 selenium. So 700 plus selenium is they have concatenated, they have added with each other as a string.
Hmm.
Because 700 will not act as an integer, it will act as a string. So
Hmm.
700 selenium is there. Now this is the string part. Now y is training. Again it
Hmm.
is a string. So string plus string is again a string.
String. Now
Okay,
got it.
but okay, now if you say x plus y both are string. So
String.
selenium training. So this is the option which will be given by the first two, selenium
Hmm.
training. Now when it wants to add with a, what is a? A is 300.
In, hmm.
Now this is the data type of string, this is data
Hmm.
type of integer, and I have
Hmm.
already told you when you add string with integer, then both will act as a string. Now this
Hmm.
is string, this is
Hmm.
string. So
Hmm.
it will just add here like this one.
Hmm.
Okay. Now Selenium Training 300 wants to add with B. What is B? B is 400.
Hmm.
Again, it the data type of this is a 300. You can say string, and data type of B is integer. So when
Hmm.
integer wants to add with string, I have already told you that both will act as a string. So Selenium Training 300, then 400. So they just concatenate with each other as a string. That's
Now
why
got
it
it.
is coming as here. Now I will add one more thing. Okay, now what will be the answer?
Selenium Training 700.
Okay, now if I run this, okay,
Uh,
I'm training 700 because first the thing that is sold is under the brackets.
Brackets.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's why they first add with each other. Then after that they will add
With
with each with others.
got it.
Okay, okay. Now there is one more thing you can say uh, debugging.
Hmm.
Now, if I say I will just apply my point here, double click and here. Now, if you see there is a point here. Now, to run this, we have to run
Hmm.
debugger option. Now, if I run this, now you see code will stop here. Now,
Hmm.
I will press F6. So it will go, and if you see, you can check what is the selenium, what is the value of selenium there. Okay, now here. Now I can check whether it is A. Okay, so I can go line by line or I just press F8, then this whole will execute in the single go.
Hmm.
Okay, so So why we need debugging?
Debugging to, like, for example, we have wrote this whole code, right, and we run this whole code, and in some line number we got error, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why we debug the point at
Mm-hmm.
any place, so that by line we can check whether code is running fine or not.
Yes. Sometimes what happens, we have a code of 100 lines or 500 lines. Now, what is the thing we are getting? Sometimes what happens, the function has got 500 lines. Now, single function has got 500 lines, and we are getting the error in that function. We know that we are getting the error in that function, but we don't know where the error is coming. Okay, so
Hmm.
what happens? Suppose you can go with debugging points with 100 first 100 lines, and you go with line by line, line by line. So if you see that every line is running smoothly, so there is no error in the first 100 line. So I have to look after the 100 lines. So what will where will the error will be in the next 400 lines. So
And
similarly we can.
I have
Mhm,
one query. For
mhm,
example, we have a 200 line code,
mhm,
and we made this debug point at line number 90. Okay, and
mhm,
then when I will run the code in debugging mode, and if the
mhm.
error is at 60, then it will stop at 60 line number, right?
Yeah, it sometimes what happens, you will not get any error. The error is like something, it will not stop on the 16th line number. It will just give you the error that there is an error, and error is something that you will not know that where is that error coming from. Now suppose this is a, you can say, 16 line of code. Suppose the error is at line number 13. Okay, now I will put breakpoint at 8, then 11, okay, then 15. Okay, now here I will run it. Suppose
No,
the line.
actually, what I want to try you,
Mm,
for
mm.
example, no, no, 1 minute. So, may remove the 8 and 11 debug point. Unselect the 8th number and 11th number. Unselect. Now, on 15th, we have a debug pointer. Fine.
Mhm,
Now,
mhm.
create some error at 11th or 12th position.
Suppose I will just do this.
Now, what will happen if we run the debug pointer? It will stop at 12th.
Now that is the point I want to tell you. Sometimes what happens, this is a simple error. This is the simplest error that I am. You can say I forgot to write plus sign over here. But
Hmm.
sometimes what happens, the error is like something that error is coming on this line, but it is showing you that error is coming here. Sometimes what happens? Okay, so what will you do? You will. I will just can say first. I will just put a breakpoint over here. Okay, then I will put a breakpoint over here. Then I will put a breakpoint over here in the 59. Now I will go with line by line. I will say okay, 8 is going, 9 is going, 10 is going, 11 is going. Now error is something is like line 14. So I will run till 13. But after in the debug mode, it will not go to the 14 line number. The error will stop here. So I know that till 13 line my code is
So generally,
okay.
the motive of debugging point is used to find the code, but we have to adjust the two debug points mainly. Like you're getting
Yeah,
me.
yeah, depending on your code.
For
Suppose your code,
example, is a 100 line. For example, अगर
yeah,
100 line.
yeah,
So we have to make randomly. I will make two debug points like on the
you,
14th, 40 or
yeah,
60.
yeah, you can add as many as debug points as you want. Suppose you
Hmm.
want here, you want here, you want here, you want here.
After debug point, it will go line by line.
Yes. Now
Okay?
suppose if I run this, I will just go with here. Now it will stop to the first debug point. Now I know that there is no error till 10. So what will I do? I will just press F8. It will
Hmm.
stop to the next debug
Second
point.
point.
Okay, then I will press F8, then it will stop to the next debug point.
Hmm.
It will not go to the line number 11 or line number suppose 9. No, it will stop to the next debug point, whether it is after 3 lines, whether it is after 100 lines, it will stop to the next debug point.
And if there is any error between, for example, 10 to 12 between, then
Hmm.
after 12 it will not go further, right?
Yeah, it will not go further.
If there is error at 11th number, then
Yeah, it will
after
not go
12 it will
further.
not go further,
Yeah,
no?
it will just stop.
Got it, got it. Okay.
Okay, so this is
Hmm.
the power of debugging.
Hmm.
Okay, so I will just say press F8. Okay, so it will just run all the code. Okay, now there is something like Java operators.
Hmm.
So, you know what is Java operators?
Java bot like and or that one.
Uh, no, it's like uh, say greater than,
Okay, okay, greater than equal to,
less than,
greater than
okay,
equal to, less than.
say greater than equal to, then less than equal to, then you can say
So there are
uh,
different types of operators, no? Like arithmetic operators. This
yeah, the main thing operators in Java is like this. If
okay,
I'm talking
less
about the
than.
operators in Java, I am talking about less than equal
So
to,
what is
greater
type
than,
of this
greater.
operator? Like what we call these less than greater
Java
Java operator.
operators you can call them. Yeah, you can call them Java operators.
Okay, Java operators. Hello, I'm audible.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you are audible. Okay.
Okay, we will
So
call them Java operator. Okay.
operators. Now, sometime what happens is just from part from now. Suppose if I say 9 divided by 2, say s say and I will say 9 divided by 2. Okay, what it will give me? I will just run it. It will
4.
give me 4.
Hmm.
But I want the remainder.
Hmm.
I want remainder. Suppose I know that 11 is not divisible by 2. So what
Hmm.
will it will give me? If I run this,
5. 5.
it will give me 5 because it will give me the smallest number. Now suppose if I say uh, 11 divided by say 45, or you can say 49. Okay,
Hmm.
so what it will give me? Again it will give me 4. Now suppose if I say 51, again it will give me 4 because
4.
it will give me the smallest, the closest number which is divisible, because 11 4 the 44, so it will give me 4. It
Hmm.
will not give me 5 because 55, you can say coming, the 55 is greater than 51. Okay, it will give me the smallest number, 44. Okay, if the 56 is there, then it will give me 5
Hmm.
because 55 is less than 56. But I want a remainder.
Hmm.
I want a remainder of this. I don't want that it. Well, I know that 11 for the
Quotient.
44, so the remainder should be 7.
Hmm.
Okay, so I want a remainder. So how can I get that?
Or that one operator module or 5.
Per,
I mean from
percentage.
percentage. Yes,
Okay, if I run this,
it will.
so it will give me the remainder.
And one more doubt, like
Mm-hmm.
for example, now we are giving direct values in system.out.println,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it will give us answer, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
also assign these some very data type, and we do that part, right?
Mm-hmm. If I go with A divided by B, what is A? 300 by 400.
Huh.
Okay, now if I run this,
It will give 300.00. ठीक है. Okay.
okay, now this is a different thing. Don't confuse. It's a just a
No,
thing
I
between
mean, I was asking, so it takes a direct values also, like system println
yeah,
also
yeah.
takes a
Now if
direct
I
hard values.
if I say suppose if B is greater than A, now what it will give me? It will say true.
Boolean.
I'm asking that whether it is B is greater than A, so it will give me true. And if I say B is less than A, then it will give me false.
And we don't need to mention the type variable, like now the data, the result is Boolean, but
No, no,
B
no. This is the thing.
integer.
Yeah, this is the thing. It will give me the result directly. That what type of thing I here? If I say if you can say A is less than B, then do something. Okay. If I say A is less than B, then go inside this.
Hmm.
Okay. Here I'm getting if condition that if is smaller than go inside.
Hmm.
Okay. You will get to know why we use directly.
Good, good,
Okay.
good. Okay.
Now suppose there are some loop. You can say for and while loop. Okay.
Hmm.
Just a thing. Say
Now you are starting the for loop concept.
yeah, but I'm not going right now on the first day for the for loop because suppose if I say suppose if you want to print first 10 numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hmm.
So how will you do that? By using the for loop.
Hmm.
Just tell me how will I do that?
Like for syntax, we will use for bracket I will
Mm-hmm.
take a value
For
bracket I equal to 0.
okay,
For example, if I want to start from 0,
I equal to 0.
comma I less I mean I less than equal to 10,
Okay,
and then semicolon in I plus plus,
okay,
then bracket open, and we will print system dot out dot println I.
okay. S Y S O
I.
and I will print I. Okay, the thing
Uh,
you are saying this. Okay, now if I run this, let's see whether it will run or not. Error exists.
oh, sorry. I have not initialized I. Int I equal to, first I have to initialize also. What is I? Int I equal to, we have to give the type of I.
Okay, now if I say now
Hmm.
it will print. So starting from 0. So
Hmm.
if I don't want to include 10, then I will say
I
less
less than
than.
10.
I don't. Now I want to print the sum of first 100 numbers.
Sum of
First 100 numbers.
एक मिनट I we have to add the logic in system condition.
Mm-hmm.
First, in I less than equal to 100. First
Okay, less than equal to 100.
100. So
Okay.
first, I mean, so 0 to 100 we have to write. So I 0 1
Mm.
I equal to I plus 0 into 1. हाँ I equal to I plus 1.
No, that's the thing. I plus 1, I is already incrementing.
Hmm.
We don't need because we are in the for loop. But I want to add, suppose, first hand numbers. Now I will give you example. After this, you will go try to do it. Now say these are the numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, then 14, then 15, and till say
For example, we take 20 first.
now till 100.
100. Okay.
Okay, now you want to add this number
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4.
1 plus 2 plus 3. Now when I say 1 plus 2, it
Hmm.
will give me something. Now if I say
3.
suppose 1 plus 2,
Hmm.
it will give me 3.
Hmm.
Now I will add 3 to this 3, which is in the next line. I will say 3 plus 3 equal to what? 6.
X.
Okay, now what I will add in the next line? 6
6.
plus 4.
4.
Okay, now if you see this 3, this 6, now it says 10. Now what I will do? 10 plus 5.
Hmm.
Okay, and after that it comes to 15. Okay, now where I will put 15? 15 plus 6.
Hmm.
Okay, now if you see the thing which is 3 here, 6 here, 10 here, how can I store this number in
Hmm.
my logic? If you see, when I say 0, first it will come to 0. How will, suppose when it comes 1, 1 plus 2. Okay, when I say 1 plus 2, where I put the result of 1 plus 2 in some variable,
Hmm.
so that in the next step I can, suppose I will store the
Okay,
result.
you are saying like we have I for example first condition will be if I start I
Mm,
a equal to.
now just look here. Now this variable, which is the result of this 1 plus 2,
Hmm.
I have to store in something, because I have to, you can say in the next step, I have to give add that 3 with some variable which is stored in this.
Hmm.
Okay. Now sum equal to 3. Now what is again sum? Sum equal to sum plus
Plus I.
I. Okay. Again, the sum will
Okay.
become 6.
Then again we have to add in some.
Okay. Then
Sum
sum
equal to sum
equal to
plus I.
sum plus I, because I will increment every times.
Hmm. Now got
Okay.
it.
And okay, now I have to look where I have to declare my sum variable, because if I declared over here, suppose if I declared over say and sum equal to 0. Now I say sum equal to sum plus I.
Hmm.
Okay. And I'm not going to print anything. I just create a, you can say, breakpoint over here. Now when I run this, when I run this, it will start to this breakpoint.
Hmm.
Okay. Now I know that I equal to 0. Okay.
Hmm.
Now sum is equal to 0. Now I
Hmm.
say uh, F6.
Hmm.
Now sum is 0.
Hmm.
Now sum equal to sum plus I.
Hmm.
Now what is sum? You can say sum again. Now when I go with the integer sum will again become 0, because sum is initializing over here.
Hmm.
So sum will always become 0. But I don't want that. I want that it will hold the value of this.
Hmm.
It will hold the value of this. But when my loops reaches the starting point, here sum is again initialized to 0.
Hmm.
Okay, so I have to look where I have to declare. So
Hmm.
where I have to declare, I have to declare here only,
Hmm.
so that it will not it will not initialize again and again, again and again, again and again. Okay?
Hmm.
And in this, and I will say S O O and say sum is okay. Now if I run this, now sum is 5050, and if I look over here and say sum of first and numbers, it says 5050. So we have done it in the correct way.
सर जैसे ही
What
आपने
I'm
बनाया ना, आपने जैसे ये बनाया है,
Mhm.
मुझसे ना यही आप समझे कि मेरी दिक्कत मुझे।
मैं समझ yeah, I understanding that what is your problem, that how to know that where you have to apply that where have to initialize. Now why I'm initializing over here, now when I started the loop, when the loop comes here, because this is a loop. Why it is a loop? Because after each and every point it will come back again to the starting point until it reaches the maximum condition.
हम्म
Again it will go here, go here, go here, go here. When I'm initializing the sum variable inside the curly brackets, always when it reaches this point, some variable will get to zero. But
हम्म
I want to hold the value of sum. I
हम्म
want to hold the value of sum because it is 3 here, it is 6 here. So I don't want to initialize it inside the brackets.
हम्म
What I'm doing, I'm just putting the digit inside the sum. What is happening, like first sum is sum plus 0. Okay, sum is sum plus 0. Sum is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. So 0 is over here. Now again what I'm doing is 0 plus 1. Okay, sum is equal to sum plus your I. What is sum?
हम्म
0. What is I? 0 plus 1 equal to 1. Again, when loop here, again say sum equal to sum plus 1. What is sum? 1. Sum plus I, sorry. Sum plus I is, now I will increment to 1. What is 1 plus 1 equal to 2? Okay. Now again it go back to loop. Sum equal to sum plus I. Now sum is what? 2. And 2 plus I, now I becomes 2. 2 plus 2. Okay.
हम्म
So what is it is doing? It is holding the value and adding each value to that value. Now 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Now again I will increment. Now it says in the previous step it was 2. Then what will it do? 4 plus 3 equal to 7. Okay. Now what is sum equal to sum plus I? Now I will increment, then 7 plus 4. Okay. So it comes to 11. Again sum plus I. Now I will again increment. Now 11 plus 5. What it is doing, it is holding the previous value and adding the new value.
हम्म
Getting my point? It is
हम्म
holding the previous value, which is 11, okay, which is 7, which is 4, and adding the new value, which is plus 3, plus 4, then plus 5. Okay, because I'm not initializing the sum inside the for loop.
हम्म
So sum is 0 outside the loop, and sum will increment with the value increasing. Sum equal
हम्म
to sum plus I. Like here, I'm done. Sum equal to, now sum is first on the first point, sum is 0.
हम्म
And when it went adding with the 1, which when I is equal to 1, the result will be 1. Okay. Now
हम्म
when it go back to the loop, now sum is 1 because sum is not initializing. When it is adding with the I, now I is going to be 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2.
हम्म
Okay. Then again answer is 4. Now add it with the increment value of I. The value will now becomes 2. You can say 3. Okay, now result is 4 and it will add 3 to it. Now
हाँ
7
जी
is the
सर
result.
ये हाँ जी सर ये मैं समझ गया पूरा। बट
ठीक है
वही
ना?
है कि ये मेरे माइंड में मतलब यही चीज मैं जैसे मैंने
ये
फोर पता बना फोर लूप में अब एक अंदर मेरे बैठा हुआ है कि मैं हमेशा कंफ्यूज मतलब लॉजिक नहीं बना पाता पता नहीं।
it is I have done with the for loop. Okay, you have to practice it with the while loop. While loop is the same thing.
हम्म।
Okay, what we have done is here is a for loop, and you have to do the same thing in the while loop. The difference is that when I say while will only run when the condition is true. Okay, okay, here. And you have to initialize your I over here. What you have to suppose int y equal to 0. Okay, and you have to initialize, you have to increment. Now here the increment is done automatically, but here you have to increment at your own. Okay, this is known as incrementation. Okay, this is initialization, and this is a condition. The same thing, initialization, condition, and you can say incrementation. Okay, but here you have to increment by yourself. So you have to try by yourself. Whatever I had done today, you have to do it in the while loop. Try it. You will get 15 minutes, a half hour, or 1.5 hour. Nothing to worry. Just try it. This is your first day. Don't worry. You will get to it. First practice it that how I'm doing this, and after that, try this. Okay.
ओके।
Okay, don't worry. This is your first day. I know it will be a little bit of confusing part, but don't worry. This all are the thing of practice.
हम्म।
Okay, the more you practice, the more you will get. Okay.
ओके।
So I have done the for loop. You have to do two things. You have
हम्म।
to now here I have done the you can say you can say mm, sum of first 100 numbers.
हम्म।
What I want you to do, you have to sum of uh, prime numbers in first 100 digits. Okay, sum of prime numbers in first 100 digits. What is
हम्म।
prime number? Prime number
जीरो।
is some prime number is something that is divisible by
इट्स।
itself and one only.
हम्म।
Okay, or don't go for the sum of uh,
क्योंकि प्राइम
odd
नंबर में
number.
तो कंडीशन भी लगानी पड़ेगी।
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to. So you have to do sum of odd numbers in first 100 digits. Okay, and you know what is odd or what is even, but you have to find sum of odd numbers, or you can say sum of odd numbers in first 100 digits. Like 1 is a odd, 3 is odd, 5 is odd,
हम्म।
7 is odd, 9 is odd. So you have to find sum of first 100 digits, first sum of odd numbers in first 100 digits. Just try it. Don't worry if you don't get it. We will definitely help you out in that way. But just try it by
एंड सर ये
yourself.
जो वाइल वाला ये एक बार सिंटेक्स जैसे हमने बताया एक इसकी एग्जांपल जैसे नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में बताना फिर मैं वाइल से कर दूंगा क्योंकि मुझे ये
Now,
वाइल।
it's a same thing. If I say, suppose, if I suppose A is 300, B is 400. Now, if I say while A is, you can say, less than B. Now, what is when I run this A is less than B? I have told you about when I say system.println A is less than B, it will give me true because 300 is less than 400, so
Hmm.
condition is true. Okay, so what we'll do when the condition is true, I will say SYSO. Uh, I will print A. Okay, and what will I do? A equal to A plus 1. Okay, so what will it do? Okay, what will it do? It will first it will print 300, then it will 301. It will till print 399. Let's run this. Uh, Error. Where is the error?
Int y is not initialized, I think.
Duplicate. Okay, we have. I just we don't need y here. Okay, now if I run this, now you see it will run towards 300, 301. It will run till it reaches the point where a is not less than equal to b. Where uh, when it is becomes 400, 400 is less than 400. No, 400 is equal to 400. That's why
Hmm.
it will not go into that. So this is how you write your while loop. Okay, now
Hmm.
the same way you have to tell me that sum of first 100 first 100 numbers in while loop, and after that if you achieve, you have to sum of odd numbers in first 100 digits.
Okay.
First do with the while loop, then go
Hmm.
with this.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
this is your homework for today, and then we will meet again at tomorrow at the same time. I don't want to go forward because you will get confused if I move forward, because if you are not clear with your for loop or while loop, then it will be difficult for you in the coming classes, because most of the cases we will use for loop.
Okay.
Okay, and sometimes even the while loop, but you have to be very, you can say, very strong in for and while loops to
Hmm.
do that type of things.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the homework for you today. Do
Okay.
the practice, don't go for the Google. If you go for the Google,
No,
you
no, no,
will
no, no.
don't
If
that.
I'm not able to do that, then I will tell you clearly.
Mhm.
But I will try.
Yeah,
Huh.
try it by yourself. I know that it will be difficult for the first time. Then again go for the, don't stick there. Start it from the starting. If you
Mm-hmm.
stuck somewhere, start it from the starting.
I mean, don't be like irritated.
Yeah, if you
Like
suppose
I
you,
am stuck at
yeah,
something, right?
yeah,
You are getting my point,
yeah,
na?
if you stuck at some point, suppose you're stuck at some point, leave it, start it from the starting.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stuck at that point where my error is. You are not at that point if you where you can catch your error. You are at that point where you want to go for the, you can say, starting.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start from the basics. You are not at that point. You are not at that level where you can find your error. You
Mm-hmm.
just need to try to solve it on the one go. So if
Mm-hmm.
you stuck somewhere, start from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
start from your starting point.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay, Siddharth, then we will meet tomorrow.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
so you want this recording to be uploaded as well, no?
Mm-hmm. And also give me that credentials that you are saying, na? Like where I can see.
Credentials will be there for you. You have my okay credentials for the first two classes. It will be there on the YouTube. Okay, then I will pass your Gmail ID, as I already have my pass my your Gmail ID to my team. They will definitely make you the, and check your Gmail ID as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
but
So
this will
today, so today we have covered the topic sel
uh,
selenium.
yeah,
No,
we have
data
done
type.
data types, concatenation, how to add integer with string, then string with string, then integer with string. Then we have done the for loop, while loop. Then we have done the debugging, how to add
With
debugging.
editor.
Okay, so these are the things. Then what does that int you can say int a equal to 300 means? What does? that is a memory space where
mm,
300 is stored, and A is representing that particular memory location.
mm,
Okay, then what we have, so bin folder, that it is platform independent. You can work in any system.
mm,
Okay, then we have done with the link with editor. So how to find that particular file when it is linked with the editor. Okay, and that is info.java file
mm.
that you have to delete that info.java. Okay,
Yes.
and then restart your Eclipse from the starting.
Mm. Okay, I have
Okay,
noted down this. I started creating Excel. Okay. Okay,
okay,
Abhijit. So tomorrow we
okay,
will connect.
okay. Then we will connect on tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
okay,
Abhijit.
okay.
Share this link with
Yeah, I will share. I will share this
this
recording
correct?
with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abhijit.
Okay.